Kia ora. In this video, we are talking about nappy changing, focusing on the areas where bugs can easily spread or injuries can happen. When you are getting ready to change a child's nappy, it is really good practice to remove your rings and correctly wash and dry your hands before getting the nappies, wipes and creams. Having clean hands will help reduce the risk of spreading bugs to these items. It is important to remember that even when wearing gloves, you always wash and dry your hands before putting them on and after removing them. Make sure to use a new set of gloves for each child's nappy change. As you know, depending on the age and ability of the child, it's important to encourage their independence during a nappy change. When getting the child onto the nappy change table, support them to use the steps if they can, or carefully lift them onto the table, being mindful of your back. Once the child is lying on the table, it is important to have one hand on the child at all times to prevent them falling. Complete the nappy change before dressing the child. Then place the dirty nappies in a hands-free lidded bin. Remove the gloves and place them in the bin. Help the child to correctly wash their hands. Even babies need to have their hands washed properly with soap and warm running water. Wash your hands and clean and dry the nappy change area, and then spray with a diluted bleach solution of 1 part bleach and 9 parts water. Leave this to dry as long as you can, and dry fully before using it for the next nappy change. It is important to prepare this bleach solution fresh each day. Correctly wash your hands again and record the nappy change. Sometimes you will need to handle soiled clothing, including cloth nappies. These need to be double bagged and stored in an area away from children for their parents to collect after you have completed the nappy change. Wear gloves when handling soiled nappies or clothing. Do not rinse, but carefully shake the larger pieces into the toilet. If using reusable bags, these must be hot machine washed separately. If you've taken the soiled clothing to another room, remember there is a risk of germs spreading, so make sure to wash your hands again. Let's recap the key points we've covered in this video. Wash your hands before collecting everything you need for the nappy change and before putting on gloves. Have one hand on the child at all times during the nappy change. Wash your hands after taking your gloves off. Help the child to correctly wash their hands. Wash the nappy change table and spray with a diluted bleach solution. Leave this to dry as long as you can. Do not rinse soiled clothing. Double bag and store away from children's reach. Wash your hands before touching the pen to record the nappy change. This video has shown you how to reduce the spread of illness during nappy changes. Watch this and other videos in our series as many times as you need to help keep your centre healthy.